All right, Doomers, Black Pillars, Earth haters, give uppers. You win this round, boys. This round you have won. I will admit defeat on this one. But there is a glimmer of hope at the end. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, in my opinion. I think so. A lot of people aren't really discussing this yet, but I think it's possible that this one thing could turn this around. But it's very controversial. I'll finish off the video with that. Culture. You know, so on YouTube, like everybody else, like all of you guys, I get recommended videos. And the other day I got recommended a clip from the movie The Never Ending Story that came out in 1984, believe it or not. Ooh, George Orwell. But it was about like that scene where Atreyu kills Gamork, basically. And Gamork is talking about the nothing and how there's despair and how he helps the evil side or whatever. Anyway, that's not the point. I decided to watch the movie again because I watched it as a kid, and it was pretty good. But I love the 80s. Probably my favorite decade, and I wasn't even alive for it. I was born in the 90s, early 90s, and 1991. And of all the decades that I've seen the culture of, by far my favorite was the 80s. I wish I grew up in the 80s. I love the music, the TV shows, the fucking the movies, everything about the 80s, the outfits, the fucking attire, everything, man. The drugs. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of, not really. But I love the 80s, man. Like that was that the peak? It's possible, man. They used to say like the 60s and the 50s were the peak, but man, I'm starting to think it was the 80s, man. But man, you can remember so much from the 80s and 90s. Monumental things. Like the first things that come to my mind are like Jurassic Park, Alien, fucking in like Titanic, like The Lion King, fucking a whole bunch of shit. Musicians like fucking Motley Crue, Kiss, and fucking Michael Jackson, Madonna. Even things like you know, dance music, and even things that like you don't necessarily would like, you still like. You know what's funny about that? Things that I normally wouldn't have liked, you know, or like today, I reminisce sometimes, and like I listen to some of that music from the 80s, God forbid 70s, or the 90s. And maybe I wouldn't have liked it back then, but nowadays I do, because it reminds me of those decades. Like 80s specifically. Like 80s dance music, shit's awesome, man. 90s, Night at the Roxbury, shout out. But, guys, don't even get me started on video games. Right? Video games really peaked, in my opinion, in the early 2000s, but still, we'll get there. Guys, can you think of any monumental things that have happened in the last 20 years? When it comes to like movies, TV shows, entertainment? You can, but the problem is each year it's getting less and less. I mean, the things that immediately pop in my mind for like culture defining things. The first thing actually I thought about today. Remember The Dark Knight? Anyone remember The Dark Knight? Did anybody go see The Dark Knight in theaters? Because I did. That was monumental, culture-changing shit. The Social Network with that talked about Facebook, monumental in my opinion. That was another one, right? Breaking Bad, probably The Sopranos, The Wire. But these are things that are like way back now. I'm talking like in the last 10, 15 years, guys. Maybe Breaking Bad. And even though I'm not a huge Marvel fan, I was in the beginning, but I slowly over time faded because it was getting a little too weird to me. A little childish. But, you know, I will give credit to where it's due. Avengers, Endgame, and Infinity War, even though I'm not a huge fan, were a pretty big deal. But man, even things that tried to be a big deal burned out. Star Wars. Remember Star Wars? The Hobbit. Not as monumental as Lord of the Rings. Like, these things just fizzled out, guys. Any new Jurassic Park movie, gone. The new Alien was pretty good. Alien Romulus, I like that. And then don't get me started on video games. I mean, the last monumental video game for most of you guys was probably Baldur's Gate 3, even though I'm not a fan. But before that, in my opinion, I mean, there were some good hits there for a while. But ever since The Witcher 3, yeah, I don't know, man. And back then, you know, even like 10 years, 15 years ago, like between like the year 2000, I'd say between 2000 to 2012-ish, you know, video games came out all the time. Every few months, there'd be a banger. You want to know how I remember? Because I remember asking mommy to buy it for me. Or, you know, maybe that money I made mowing the grass or some shit, that little money I built up over time, it kept going away because I kept spending $60, and I only bought banger video games. Nowadays, you have to beg me to spend money on that shit, because not only am I losing interest, there's nothing to have interest for, fellas. I don't even remember the last time I went to the movie theater. Now you may be thinking, Alex, this is so doomer. You're right, man. I really don't want to be doomer, but in this case, the doomers win. These guys won it, man. Doomers win this round. There isn't much out there, man, to get excited for. But I will say this. I will say this. I will say one thing. Once in a blue moon, maybe like once every 5 years now, maybe once a year, there comes across something unique that happens that you should appreciate. So that's the first thing I'll say. You know, once in a blue moon, getting dire, getting slim. It's getting real bad out there. But once in a fucking blue moon, there will be something that comes out that is good. And you should appreciate that. But the one slimmer of hope I think that could, and it's actually hilarious, AI. Now you might be thinking, Alex, AI is going to kill us all. AI is screwing the world. Dude, people make solid shit already with AI. People make movies and fake things on YouTube. I think there's like some video on YouTube I saw recently of like some video of like Doctor Doom. It's like, and everybody's like recommended. Of going, if not, it was before, it will be now because it's a video. But it's like some AI video of like Doctor Doom with Thanos, and they're like, "Yo, we should start, with that in the next Avengers movie." The Avengers directors didn't even make that. It was some random fucking nerd in his mom's basement. Do you get what I'm saying here, man? Do you get what I'm saying here? AI could potentially solve these issues. Oh, and by the way, going back to it, music. Remember music? I don't. That's dead. Anyway, let me know down below what you guys think. What do you guys think about the state of the culture? Yes, you guys are right. You probably may provide examples of like, Alex, what about so-and-so? What about this? What about that? What about Fallout? That was a new show that was pretty good. You're right, but the problem is, wasn't that long ago when there was 10 Fallouts in a year. Now you're lucky to get a Fallout once every few years, guys. That's the problem. Anyway, let me know down below what you guys think. Hope you guys had a good day, and see you later.